Thinking that it happened overnight, but didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, cause they timid. Look, wait.
There's a girl in my backyard. I can run fast but won't get far. My mom thinks that I'm a
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League comes to you from Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, Michigan. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Ford Field. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry now for David Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Goff. He's got Wright on the short throw. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll try and run for it, and they can't bring him down. He's still on his feet. He may go. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Here's Wright, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Brock Wright punching it in from a yard away. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
Now a man who tore up the Packers in the NFC title game a few years back. It's Raheem Mostert. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 7. Once again, it's Mostert. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Third and 5. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Well, Tua's going to change things up. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here now, 2nd and 4. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Mostert. But he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. The Lions will use the 1st of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Sliding out of the pocket. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Sanders is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. 3rd and 3. Now gone. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
The Goff's throw taken in here by Patrick. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. Goff now looking to throw. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, Parker. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
Bates' kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Tua on the bootleg here. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout. making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This is a game, Charles, it's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the 3rd quarter. And not just a chance to finally get a little more.
Yo, son, I ain't want to spin, bro.
I think they send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline. They drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
Look at this bullshit. And I said that to myself, you know. How this motherfucker is all the way back there? I said that to my shit, you know. And I didn't even want to spin. That was a touchdown. This shit just pissed me off. I wanted to just get a quick strike. This nigga's whack, son. He's fucking whack. Trust me. Piss me off, man. Look at this bullshit.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key. Crucial. And he'll manage to pick up the bullshit. 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from the lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Bullshit.
They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Gibbs straight ahead.
And I knew he was going to run it, too. I knew he was going to run it. This guy is whack, bro. This guy's whack.
Yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I'll play the run. And I was going to play the run just now, you know. I said, nah.
Yeah, they went in to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. First down, here's the run from Montgomery. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9.
Somebody moving off the line, bro. My shit's sticking, though. He one of them motherfuckers. And for that motherfucker, nobody was fucking back there. There's no way that motherfucker could get back there at that speed, bro. With Hill, ain't no fucking way.
Just a yard here, 2nd and 1.
No fucking way.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery.
No fucking way. That guy could get back there with that speed. This is fucking gapping that nigga, bro. You're lucky, man. You're lucky. You're gonna run this one. We're gonna try to run this one.
Runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Gone.
Yeah, I took a chance. Fuck it. Nigga ain't shit, though.
And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter. decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like,
and now it's blocked.
Pick the shit up, man. What's wrong with you?
There he goes left side. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. That is a play that you just do not see very often. Maybe a couple times a year. The blocked extra point return for 2.
you can't afford to give anyone a free run at the kicker. Oftentimes it's going to bounce.
I know what you're going to say, D. Too early.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, everyone goes through this because even invested the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second down and 5. We're going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And Waddle going to have a Dolphins first down as he'll take this down to the 44-yard line. Here's Tua. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Here's second and 3. In motion, Hill. He'll get it over 2, running on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. So first and 10 now from the 30. Motion man is Berrios. Tyreek Hill's got another one. All the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 30 yards. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. The 2 are going to try and throw for it. They will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First downs are rest on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
One thing you should prefer when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop it before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at 3rd and about 5.
This is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at a 3rd down.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here's your big one now, trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They hand it off to Mostert. Short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
There's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Tua to his Alabama teammate Waddle. 1st down, Miami.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Now that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. Waddle, the motion man right. On 2nd down, a run by Achane. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Waddle, the motion man right. Here's Mostert. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a one-score game. Here now, 2nd and goal. Tua, Mostert will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing Tua. They'll run with Mostert. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Raheem Mostert taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now it's gone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. You got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Goff now to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They... Go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Just quit. Just quit. Just quit, bro. I came back and beat your ass. Just quit. No more plays. No more plays. Just quit, fucker. I ain't letting you beat me. Fuck you. Yeah, get out of here, bitch. Just quit. Just quit. Just quit.